man up, it's game time. Everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war. This is 845, varsity man up, it's game time. Everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war. I said it's game time, so it's time to score.
Hello everyone, this is Justin Rodriguez checking in with another exciting edition of the Varsity 845 football show. It doesn't get any better than this. It's championship week, and I will offer predictions for all 5 championship games. For our feature this week, I traveled to Wallkill, where kicker Pat Toole showed me why he's so good at putting the pigskin through the uprights. He even let J-Rod take a few hacks himself.
2 steps back and 2 steps this way, is that how you do it? Or?
But first, let's take a look back at last week. And where do we begin? With the most dominating performance of the weekend. From who else? Monroe Woodbury. The Crusaders blitzed Warwick 62-7 in the Class AA semifinals, walking into halftime with a 55-0 lead. Spellman rushed for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. He added 136 yards in the air and a touchdown pass to Zach Perez. Here's what Spellman had to say about the Crusaders' dominating performance.
You know, it was a blowout after the first quarter. How does it feel to get on a team like that?
Feels great. A little boring watching from the sidelines, but it feels good.
Monroe Woodbury running back Trevor Officer rushed for 146 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half alone. Monroe Woodbury goes for its 7th straight Class AA title against Kingston at 7 p.m. Saturday. Now for the play of the week, the flick, pulled off by Wallkill quarterback Eric Wellman. Tied with underdog Saugerty 0-0 in the closing minutes of the first quarter in last Friday's Class A semifinals, Wellman rolled out left on an option play. He appeared ready to be tossed to the turf by a Saugerty's defender. Not so fast. Wellman alertly tossed the ball to running back Dominic Kalvanenko, who zigzagged his way 64 yards for a touchdown. Wallkill went on to put away Saugerty's 30-12 behind 3 touchdown passes from Wellman to Ryan Atkins. Wellman talked about the flick after the game.
Just, you know, you pulled it off. How did it feel?
It was amazing. I couldn't tell whether Dom actually caught it or not. I saw Dom, he gave me the opportunity and I took advantage of it the best I could, and he made a great play out of it.
Wallkill's win, coupled with Cornwall's blowout victory over Monticello in the other A semifinal, sets up perhaps the game of the year locally. Wallkill served Cornwall its first Section 9 Class A loss in 6 years, 7-6 on October 1st. The teams have been pining for a rematch since. Cornwall, the 5-time defending champ, is seeking revenge. Wallkill coach Brian Vegliano offered his thoughts on the showdown.
We've got to prepare the best we can all week. We've got to do everything we can in practice, be sharp, have a great week, our best week of practice so far, and get ready for a great championship game.
Finally, we wrap up the highlights with big bad bruising Marlboro running back Ben Carey. Carey rushed for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns as Marlboro beat Highland 29-13 in the Class B semifinals. The senior running back added a 4-yard touchdown run with 2:45 left in the third quarter to put the game away. Up next for Marlboro in the Class B championship is a much-anticipated rematch with New Paltz. Marlboro beat New Paltz 13-0 2 weeks ago to clinch the Class B regular season title. Marlboro linebacker John Lamella, all looking like a football player with an ice pack on his shoulder, discussed the big rematch with New Paltz.
We feel confident, but like I said, we're not going to let that first one get to our heads. We have to stay focused as a group.
That brings us to this week's Spotlight. Wallkill's Pat Toole could be the most dangerous kicker in Section 9. He can nail field goals from long range and is a touchback machine. Toole's being recruited by Division I schools, and this week he gave J-Rod himself a lesson in kicking. He even let me take a few shots at the uprights. Let's take a look.
Okay, so we're out at practice here with Pat Toole. I'm just going to start off with a few questions. So just talk to me first of all, Pat, about your development as a kicker. When did you start becoming interested in kicking field goals?
When I was in 9th grade, watching the games, kicker of the year, that wasn't very good. And then I always wanted to do it. My family always told me I should kick one day for the Steelers. So 10th grade, I asked the special teams coach, who was Coach Moore at the time, if I could kick, and I tried it out during the summer, and I was pretty good at it. So it all started there.
Okay. So I know you were a soccer player first, even scored a few goals this season, one in that sectional game too against Marlborough, if I'm correct. But how much does playing soccer, how much did it help you with the skill of kicking the ball?
It helped a lot. It's pretty much the same technique except for a few different parts of it, but it helped a lot. Without soccer, I probably wouldn't have been able to kick.
Okay, so the extra point, I know it's a chip shot, but just quickly, what's going through your mind before you hit the extra point, and then obviously if you want to nail it through the uprights for us?
Just keep your head down, don't look up, and don't slip. That's what's going through my mind.
Okay. The other thing I was going to ask you, a bad snap or a bad hold, how do you make that adjustment on the fly?
Well, if he gets it down, then I just got to concentrate on the ball, but if he doesn't, I have to go out, either block or go out for a pass, possibly.
Okay. Let's see the extra point. Now they talk about mentally kickers, you know. For you, mentally, how do you prepare if you know? I know you don't miss often. How do you deal with missing a kick? What's that whole mental aspect?
Well, I just think about it for a few seconds and you have to let it go. If you let it hang with you, then you're bound to miss a few more. If you let it keep eating at you, you're gonna keep missing.
Now it's my turn, and you know, speaking of kicks, it's got to be the shoes. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I do have a soccer background, haven't kicked for years, but hey, let's see how it goes. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, we're going to start with an extra point. Pat, don't pull a Charlie Brown on me, whatever you do.
I'll try not.
So here we go. 2 steps back and 2 steps this way. Is that how you do it? Or
3 and 2.
Okay. All right, we'll give it a shot. That'll work. Now from 30 yards. Am I making you nervous yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions for me?
Keep your head down and try to keep your ankle locked and kick right through the ball.
Okay.
That's good.
Just made it. Well, I didn't make too much of a fool of myself. Pat, thanks for everything. Good luck this weekend. Big game against Cornwall.
Thanks.
Thanks for the lesson, Pat, and keep hitting them true. Now it's on to my Section 9 championship predictions in the 2-minute drill. In Class AA, it's all Monroe-Woodbury all day. I think much improved Kingston can put up perhaps a fight for a quarter or so, but we all know how these games end. Take the Crusaders 40-13. In Class A, like the players, I've been waiting for this rematch for a month. I think the best thing Wallkill could have done for Cornwall is beat the Green Dragons last month. Cornwall was way too cocky, and they better not be on Friday. Still, I like running back Tyree Smallwood running on turf. But don't count out Toole, the secret weapon. This is going to be a close one. I'm going to take Cornwall 21-17. The Class B final has almost as much juice as the A showdown. I like New Paltz over Marlborough in the rematch. Why? New Paltz blew 2 scoring opportunities in the first half in the first game before falling. This time, New Paltz crosses the goal line. In another tough pick, I'm going to go with New Paltz, 13-7. In C, 2 high-powered rushing attacks meet. It's Burke Catholic and its small army of running backs versus Millbrook, who also likes to run the ball. Millbrook beat Burke Catholic 42-26 in week 2 of the season. The Eagles have reeled off 7 straight wins since. Well, make it 8 in a row. Take the Eagles in a shootout, 33-28. Finally, we wrap up with Class D. Chester's in the D Championship for the 8th straight year. Meanwhile, Livingston Manor Roscoe plays in the game for the first time as a merged school. Here's to LMR. It's won 7 games this year after winning just 6 over the last 5 years. Chester beat LMR 39-12 on October 2nd. I expect a closer game this time around, but Chester has too much. Chester 28-16. By the way, J-Rod went 8 for 8 on his semifinal picks last week. You gotta love going with the chalk. Well, that's it for this show. Enjoy the championships and keep watching. As always, it was my pleasure. Check back every week for the Varsity 845 football show. This is Justin Rodriguez signing off for Varsity 845. I'm going to put a little more leg into this one. Oh, terrible.
This is 845, varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war. This is 845, varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war.
I said it's game time, so it's time to score. If you're not playing to win, then what you playing it for? From the field to the hardwood floor, win some and lose some. Just give it your all, whether it's basket, base, or football. It's all American. It's on when the season's here again. PYP, gotta play your position. Gotta go hard, give it 110. Fans cheering in the stands, yeah, you gotta love it.
845, varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war. This is 845, varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court,